this one idea helped me land 2 business opportunities when I was working at a job that I hated, that felt soul-sucking. Wasn't in charge of my time. I couldn't take off the time that I wanted when I wanted to go on vacation. I wasn't making money when I had time off. And then also, I knew I was capped financially. And so if you are in a job that you don't like, or you want to manifest more opportunities, this is the one thing that changed everything for me. And before I share the 3 specific tactics that you can implement into your life right now to be able to do the same thing, this led me to building a brand where we had a buyout opportunity from a $500 million well-known brand at the time. We didn't end up doing it, but it did lead me to also the very first business opportunity that gave me my jumpstart into entrepreneurship, that helped me learn tactics, marketing, learn how business worked. And that was the thing that led me to believe in myself, that gave me the confidence, and led me to the ability to begin to build that brand that had the offer from the $500 million company. And so let me just share this brief story with you so it illustrates the power for you on how it might look for you, and so you can hear some things that were absolutely important and integral to the story of how I actually got these opportunities. I was bartending at the time, and I felt lost in life because the direction I was going in life that I went to college for ended up not being the direction I wanted to go. And I felt kind of heartbroken by it because it didn't turn out the way that I wanted. And so I felt lost. I was partying at the time, and I really just didn't know what I was going to do with my life, which, by the way, if you feel that way, that's totally normal. And so I stumbled upon some personal development things and an idea that allowed me to really show up differently in the world. And I would get feedback and responses from people like, "You seem different. Thank you for going above and beyond." And so when I started hearing these thoughts from people and the feedback from other people around me that knew me and that didn't know me, I knew that something was different and something was changing. And again, very shortly after this is when the guy that I had met, who was successful in his life about a decade prior, was featured in Forbes. Harry, thank you. He noticed this difference in me and decided to make me an offer to come work with him and build a brand new company that he was starting at the time. So the thing that actually led to the difference being made, that allowed me to stand out and be seen by others and also begin to build the confidence in myself, was going above and beyond in all that I do and being willing to be underpaid for the value that I am giving, whether that's in business or this is in a job. This could be applicable in both of those. And being willing to go above and beyond and stand out like nobody else that has the same job title or does the same role or is in the same type of business, so that people notice and they like, wow, there's something very special about that. Because what needs to happen for anybody who wants to change their life is they need to stand out. Because if you're working in a corporate job, you need to stand out from the other employees. If you're in a business, to earn other people's business and to grow your business, you need to stand out from the rest of the other people who have the same product or service or something very similar to you. It needs to be a no-brainer. And that also in business allows you to be positioned so that you can charge way more than other business owners in that same category and space. And so when I would go into work at the time bartending, I would be absolutely certain to interact with the clients and ask questions and ask them about their life and what was unique and what was different about what was going on this week compared to last week for the people that would come in regularly. And so I just got to a point where I wanted to interact with them and let them have a great, phenomenal experience, that they felt seen and heard and experienced a service like they would experience in a 5-star restaurant. So I went above and beyond compared to everybody else that I was working with. But not only that, but on my downtime, I would do deep cleaning on the bar. I would spend time cleaning the bottles and do something that would typically only be done once or twice, maybe a month. And when my bosses at that time noticed that, I began to get better shifts. I also started to get better tips from customers and clients. People would come in and request me and ask for me. And so here we are now standing out because I'm going above and beyond and doing more than I'm being asked. And what happens is now I'm standing out compared to all the other bartenders that were working with me, and nothing against them. It was just my choice. So I decided at that point that this was going to be something that I would live by. I knew this would serve me for the rest of my life. And so that became a choice. So eventually, one day, Harry walked in and we exchanged numbers, and he gave me a call and asked me if I wanted to come start a company with him, a brand new company in the real estate space that I was a heck yes to. And he paid me as much, if not more, than what I was making hourly at the bar. So I saw this as an opportunity and a gateway to the stepping stone of what was next. Did we want to be successful? Did we want to blow it out of the water? Did we want to create a multi-million dollar, $100 million company? Yes, of course, but it didn't work out that way, which is totally okay. But now looking back now, I can see that this is a stepping stone for when I started my next brand with my buddy. And so me standing out, catching his attention, having engaged conversations, see him literally seeing me work my butt off is something that somebody who is starting a company, when they're looking for talent, they want that. If they don't have the money to pay the highest people in the marketing space or employees or whatever, they're looking for that type of personality. They're looking for somebody who's personable, who's going to go above and beyond, who's willing to do what it takes to make sure that the customers or the clients have a great experience. And fast forward a couple more months, I met somebody that ended up being my business partner, and he called me one day and gave me the offer and the opportunity to start a brand, and we built out a huge successful company. It didn't turn out the way maybe we specifically wanted. That company's still going to this day. Right now I'm no longer a part of it, but we did have the opportunity to get bought out by a really well-known company, and that alone just lights me up and helped me at that time build the confidence. But that was the beginning of my journey of actually learning real entrepreneurship when it comes to marketing and sales. So again, the thing that he noticed was I was honestly curious and engaged with people that I interacted with in my life, but I had this mindset that I would go above and beyond, and I would give everything I have, pour my heart into my work and what I was doing. No matter what the task was, whether I loved it or I hated it, I was going to give it my all. And that is something very unique that not a lot of people operate from. And so these are the 3 tactics that you can apply to your life so that you can manifest more business opportunities, so you could stand out in your job or in your business and become the version of you that creates the results in your life, that gets the 10 out of 10 life. The ultimate life is what I call it, the upgraded life, to be able to have everything that you want in your life when it comes to passion, money, business, making a difference, building a company, traveling, living on purpose, having the love and the relationships and community around you that you like, that light you up and make you a better person. This is absolutely a gateway, because those people, this is how they operate. And the first thing that you must do is adopt a mindset that you will over deliver in all of your work. Whether you love it, whether you hate it, put it aside. You get to show up that way in everything that you do, over deliver, do 1% more, do 10% more, do more reps. And if you could actually apply this in every area of your life, it will serve you in such a huge way. This actually, thinking this way is what allowed me to get in the best shape of my life by doing 10% more reps in the gym and doing 1 to 3% more in my runs, so that I can continually find that I always am able to do more. When I was doing cold calls, I would do 1 to 10% more, meaning instead of 100 calls, I'm doing 101, or I'm doing 110 calls. So applying this to your life will allow you to stand out, because what needs to happen is you need to take the action that moves you forward in your dreams. And guess what? There's going to be people along the way that are going to witness it, that are going to see it, that are going to ask you to come join them on their journey. So number 2, outwork everybody else in the same business, in the same job title as you. This is super simple, easy to understand. There's nothing to really think about or like over analyze. All you have to do is do more than everybody else. Be willing to put in the work, the things that nobody wants to do, to make sure that the people around you have an extraordinary experience. And guess what's going to happen? People will begin to notice, and eventually there will be opportunities that will lead you to whatever your next step is, whether that's getting the promotion or leaving the job like I did to start a business with somebody, or to start to make more money in your business right now. And so number 3, I invite you to make this a characteristic of your life, not just, I need to do this until I get out of my job. Apply this to your life as a whole, and what you'll see happen is you will begin to live what I call that upgraded 10 out of 10 life in all areas of life that matter to you. And so if you can apply these 3 and live by these 3, your life will forever change, and you can have that upgraded life, the 10 out of 10 life that I call it, in all areas that matter to you, whether it's your purpose, your business, your love life, your community, your fun, your adventure, your travel, the money that you want to make. So if these topics interest you, be sure to hit subscribe. Check out the description below, because I got some resources to support you beyond just these stories. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.